Welcome back, everybody. As you know, this is You Be Alright podcast presented by AML Media. This is episode 8, I believe. Got a nice special guest in the house, but because I'm the most important, I'm Eugene Labordi. My brother, he's on timeout. We had to take his microphone away. He was acting up. No, that's so you can have the sweet music. Rachel Labordi on the ones and twos, and special guest Lil Andy here to reminisce and bring a little something special to the podcast. So you're welcome. Thank you for joining. And Rachel, if you could please give us our plugs.
Okay. We are on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All of our handles are on the screen, so take a screenshot if you're watching the video. Or you can always go to our website to find any of our links. Our website is AML.NEWS.BLOG.
Alrighty, let's get into it. But yeah, no, 2 Girls, 1 Cup. That was the one porn star was saying, like, when they do anal scenes, like, they do like 2 days prep. Like, they clean themselves out. They have a whole regiment. So these girls,
they bleach themselves.
Yeah, well, they just basically, they don't eat, cleanse themselves out, and then they do give themselves a bunch of enemas till it's like clear. And then, but so for the 2 Girls, 1 Cup thing, they were putting something in there that mimicked poop. And if you notice, both girls' poop is like the same consistency.
Yeah, it's like diarrhea.
It's thick diarrhea, enough where like it can kind of, it doesn't spray out, it kind of comes out and then
I'm telling you,
goes into a puddle.
Because of your problems with seeing and smelling poop, how did you even watch this?
This, I haven't seen it for 10 years.
Like, this is the man that left my living room and smoked a cigarette as I was about to change the diaper of my child.
Like, I can't, That's a good question. Maybe it is the smell.
It's probably the smell, yeah.
But no, because I told you the one time we were waiting for an Uber and I took my dog out to take a dump and like I couldn't look away and I threw up watching him poop.
Well,
but regardless, 2 Girls, 1 Cup, it's still pretty real, but it's not real poop, so it makes it a little bit better. Mm-hmm. Which begs the question, immediately, you know that's a foreign film. That wasn't done on U.S. soil.
Probably not.
Well, why? Why do you say that?
I guess I don't know, but the look of the girls, I remember. I remember being young, going like, "That can't be American. That's a weird Russian porn
now that
torture."
I think about it, I'm pretty sure they're speaking in like they're speaking English.
Yeah, when you're looking for like high production value porno, America's probably making it. Because the foreign shit is usually like, it's just like pretending to go up to a girl and pay her. And then it's like the worst sex. It's always the worst sex because it's not like there's no positions. It's just like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, but like, it's not necessarily high production.
I guess I've never seen it.
Yeah, so. I mean it's.
Oh, it is very like SD quality, if you will. Like,
well, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
So like when it first came out, like I was watching on like a tube monitor computer on like a desktop with slow internet. So, like, I had to wait a couple minutes.
This is dial-up era?
Not dial-up.
I don't know but it's shortly thereafter.
It was, like, early years at the second house, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I definitely should not have seen that. It was around the Face of Death era. Faces of Death.
It's that old?
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew about it, like, it was around the time when it was the funny prank to go on your buddy's computer, make his homepage Lemon Party.
Yeah.
So when he would turn on the internet, you know what Lemon Party is? Mm. So, you go to the internet and the first page, just, 4 or 5 old dudes just sucking and fucking.
It's 3.
Congratulations.
Guy doesn't know what 2 Girls, 1 Cup is, but definitely knows the
I'm
Lemon
a certified expert on Lemon Party. You know what's funny? That's a really old trick. I got my friend Frank on it last year because he was trying to buy a graphics card for his daughter. She's like a gamer. She's like 15. Yeah. And he was like, where can I go to try to find this graphics card for a good deal? And I hit him with lemonparty.org. And he fucking fell for it, bro.
Damn. That's a risky move because what if his daughter was all excited and was standing over his shoulder.
He says lemonparty.org.
That's a risk I was willing to take.
Yeah.
With his daughter.
It's not my daughter. What the hell? What was that, Daddy? They're playing a game. You don't worry about it.
What would have been better is if he sent you something back saying my daughter went to that website, you asshole, kind of thing. And
I would get
got you with that.
No, in 5 years you're gonna get a bill for a therapist.
How dare you?
Deny.
My daughter's trying to marry a 7-year-old man, Steven. Thank you.
Well, if that happens, then it was a really good prank.
Lil Andy is here, and for some of the bros out there, might know only 10 people in the world know about it.
Nobody.
It's
Actually,
our fantasy football group.
Our fantasy football
who Lil
group.
Andy is.
Back when I was BFG, and this was BFG and Friends Productions.
I was the Ian Friends.
Yeah, but you were second mic for sure. You were always doing the podcast, because it was one of those things. I hate doing stats, so I was like, I'll just talk, and then you do the stuff that's important.
Right.
And
like the research and the information.
Ain't too much changed. We have a new sports podcast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I've heard. But I wouldn't. I'd just be like, I saw the Flyers lose. I don't.
That's what the Flyers are annoying.
well, yeah. When the last segment is hockey's gay.
Hockey's not gay.
Well,
but anyways, that's a different podcast. Like,
yeah,
we could still discuss that hockey is gay though, because
you grew up with the Penguins, so you get a little bit of a.
Have you seen the meme of the somebody talking about how the soccer field's too big? They should shrink the field.
Yeah,
like,
shrink the
subtract
field.
a couple offensive players.
And then cover it in ice.
Yeah, you can go on and off the field whenever you want, and then just cover the whole surface in ice.
Yeah,
no, I haven't seen that.
So it was
Shocker.
Yeah. Oh, Steven didn't see a meme. That's weird. With his brand new phone, that's just
I'm getting there, man.
Yeah,
I'm working on.
We just taught you how to turn your flashlight off and on.
No, I didn't notice it was on.
Oh God.
To be fair, it is very finicky with the flashlight. I've done that.
Well, and
I like that it's convenient to turn on.
It is.
And go straight to your camera. But he's literally, I said it before, he's gone from like a car that doesn't always turn on to like a Maserati.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know why I picked Maserati, but
Maserati's a good car.
And dude, you can drop them pretty good.
Well, I'm not going to test it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I've dropped it on concrete a few times.
And that is a factor when buying a phone, though.
Mm-hmm. And they are relatively water resistant-ish. Like, don't submerge it, obviously, but like, I obviously use it in the bathroom all the time, and like, I'll go to wash my hands.
If you're a real violent hand washer, water's spraying everywhere.
I'm a little messy.
You ate bleach. Not even drank. You ate bleach earlier.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine now. I feel better. I felt a little goofy for like a half hour.
That goes to show your ice addiction, dude.
It's legit.
You were like, I know there's bleach on that surface, but I need that ice cube.
Well, what was I going to do? Put it in the sink and let it melt away?
Well, you could have at least rinsed it off. It would have got that layer.
Well, no, I didn't know it had bleach on it till it went in my mouth. And then it was
But you're heavy with the bleach.
It was the funny taste that gave it away.
Yeah, it was worse than a funny taste. It was like
a chemical burn in your mouth?
No, it didn't hurt, but it was terrible.
Because you are heavy-handed with bleach.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mentioned that. What happened was last night, I used my oven.
For the first time?
Third. But I'm leveling up as a real person. And I took my frozen pizza out of the oven. It was perfect. But I put the box. See, I used the box of the frozen pizza as like a tray.
No, that's a good move.
It's smart.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it just makes sense.
It works, yeah.
Although you got to flatten the corners, though.
Right.
So you get a double layer.
Right. So I did that. But I like to let the pizza cool off a little bit. So I just
So you don't burn your little baby mouth?
Yeah.
You do got a little baby
I
mouth.
do. I can't eat hot food.
Dude, I had a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, and he goes, are you really about to eat those? And I was like, yeah, dude, like little kids eat these. He's like, I can't even touch those things.
No, I can't.
I would have devoured that whole bag.
Well.
And drink chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's gross.
It's a perfect combination.
Some things never go out of style. Yeah. Chocolate milk's one of those things. But anyway, real quick.
Pizza.
So I let it cool off on top of the stove, and it was hot, and like half the fucking, like, it like stuck, the label or the box like melts to the stovetop. Not like...
Like, did any of the ink of the box?
Yeah, like when I picked it up, there was a bunch of white shit on my stovetop. My first thought was, if I was like rich, I would definitely be like, I'm getting a new stove. I'm getting a new oven. I'm not dealing with this. But yeah, so I I had to use Clorox wipes to get it off. And then I dropped an ice cube on the stovetop and ate a little bit.
A day later.
Yeah, because the stovetop was hot enough where I felt like it was gonna be still too.
Well, you got to
sticky.
get it quick.
No, I got it the day later. It came right off.
Oh, so you didn't put
It
the
is bleach we're talking about. So.
But yeah, but I mean, if he'd used that Clorox bleach last
Clorox
night,
wipes.
Yeah, if you used that last night,
It would have been easier to get off.
You also
Maybe.
don't want to cook bleach in your house.
don't tell me how to take my chemicals.
Once he boils the bleach, it's good for consumption. It just needs boiled first.
Oh, yeah.
He'll boil the chemicals away. All the
Well, no, but I was saying like
don't do that.
if you used that Clorox wipe last night, the bleach flavor wouldn't have.
No, it was today. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally like 5 minutes
Prior to you dropping
just
the ice
before
cube.
I dropped the ice.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was gonna be like, damn, would you just pour bleach all over there? It might be because how was that still around?
Nah.
Which shout out to Clorox wipes. Those freaking things are so
They are
convenient.
great.
What was the pizza you were eating? Do you remember?
It was a Red Baron triple.
I think the real thing here is Red Baron needs to up their game on their boxes because if it's like
I fucked up.
I forget. Is it a flat top? Like, is it one of those electric stoves you have?
Yeah, it's electric range.
Those do get really like sticky and stuff because like
They're hard to keep clean.
yeah. I mean, Mom used to use you open up a drawer and be like, why does Mom have razor blades in here? And it was like to clean the stove good.
Yeah, well, that's what was my next move if I couldn't get it off with the wipes. But I was just thinking, like, I would definitely be an irresponsible, wealthy person.
it would be so much easier to just spend the $300 on a new top.
Yeah, I would just.
Spray- have a
$300.
Yeah, like have a company come
You
out.
got a
and
hookup I
install
should
a
know
new-
about?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guarantee you, there's a company that come out and just be like, "Yeah, we'll just replace your top. You don't even need
Like,
a whole oven.
yeah.
Like
I'd be the-
$300.
I'd be the guy
install.
who, like, if I had a set of golf clubs and one of them broke, I would just be like, well, I
Well,
just
they're
need to
not a
replace all
set
of them
anymore.
Yeah,
so.
so
I'm not just gonna replace the club. It's not gonna be the same age as the other
I
ones.
got these golf clubs I'm not using anymore. They're just missing a 9-iron.
See, I would be like, if I ever get really rich, because I would do the same thing, but I'm excited to give people stuff. So I'd be like, dude, I got this really nice set. It's missing a 7-iron. You just have this.
yeah. I like to think I wouldn't be a greedy rich person.
No, I wouldn't be greedy.
I'd be greedy
but
for myself. but-
I would be like,
That's the definition of greed.
Well,
is
you know.
greedy for
I'm
yourself.
greedy for everyone else. That's being a really good person.
I would buy whatever the fuck I wanted, and then like if you wanted to join, I'd be like, yeah. I mean, like, come on, dude.
Because I would go like, well, I gave the golf clubs, like, I'm doing a good deed, so now I can go spend $3,000 on new golf
Right,
clubs.
it would cancel out the irresponsibility.
Yeah, so get us money.
Yeah.
Just see how fast I go downhill.
Yeah, well, we got somebody.
Our friends need new golf clubs. That's what
I need new golf
Yeah,
clubs
you do.
in real life.
Our dad
too.
threw his golf clubs
Actually,
out.
no, I have the golf clubs.
Yeah,
you gave
I think
me,
he still
the
owed me $100 for
hand-me-downs.
those.
I thought I paid you. Remember? You
I
came
don't know
over,
about
I gave
that.
you those things, and I was like,
Can
here's the
I?
money
Do you use them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I use them. They're
Those
nice.
are those clone clubs that I was telling you about. The ones that I had that I handed
They're
down.
like just a different name, but it's the same
Yeah,
mold
it's-
and everything.
Wait, so they're not tailor-made?
Yeah, no, Diamond House isn't a high-end golf club.
Oh,
I was gonna say, are they called Tailor Make or something like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Uh,
I thought TaylorMake was a real company.
It's because I brought a lot of friends into the golfing community.
Mm.
Like, and I got him into it. And, dude, shit you not, the first time he's seen the word Titleist, he thought it was pronounced Titleist.
I did say that.
And I was like, how in
I
the...
said, who's hitting the Titleist? And they were like,
That's not that crazy.
What'd
Yeah,
you
but,
say?
like,
It's a weird word. If
he
you've
wasn't,
never seen it.
he wasn't 10.
Kind of dumb.
That's okay, buddy. You're not dumb.
I don't know how to read real good. Like,
Yeah, but no, just in the world, like...
it's
you,
pronunciation.
Rachel's mom, who's never even touched a golf club, would know what Titleist, like, know the word.
Would she?
I think so. Title. I mean, there's
Just
advertising and.
Basic reading English, I think she would pronounce it correctly.
No.
Nah,
Here's
it's a
the
weird
thing.
word.
The reading of it isn't what got me. It was the fact that like.
He's never heard of the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
That's like being like,
a
what's that
fact.
Honda?
Well,
It's
you-
like it's a
Like
Honda.
I knew what the brand was, and I've seen people with Titleist hats, but I was just like, I never.
You never
was
put
just
two
like,
and two together.
Never was just like, I know how to pronounce that
Right.
word. You know.
Well, you got to think. Our grandfather golfed. I started golfing, and then you started golfing.
You were so greedy with golfing.
My father.
mean?
did
You
not.
would not take me ever. I had to go golfing by myself.
Piece of shit.
Really?
See things.
Dude,
come
I
out.
used to beg to go golf, and now I get it because like you shouldn't be able to take a kid like younger unless like you have him practicing.
He just wanted to be around you.
He did. Now I feel guilty.
yeah.
But like I wanted to try and go golfing, and in my mind I was like, well, golf clubs are probably like $4,000, and it's something I could have just used your golf clubs.
But in reality,
yeah, he just wanted to smoke weed with his friends
You
on the
coulda
par
shared.
on the par 3.
Well, one might say that was the right thing to do because I shouldn't be bringing you if we're smoking weed and playing golf.
right? See,
Yeah, but I would have, dude. I would have probably bought you guys weed. Like, here's $20 if I can just come.
Mom gave me money, and here it is. You can have it.
you're allowed to have some.
It's okay because I'm the way better golfer now. So
Oh, no, you're not. We're about even, bro. We definitely are about even.
when we went to Ben Salem, you think we're about even?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
When we
All
get
right,
that
well, we're
money
gonna
from you
set-
guys, we're gonna
we're
go
gonna
golfing
settle this
and
up.
we're gonna
You're
settle
better.
this.
You're better off the tee. But otherwise, no, you're not better than me.
Dude. All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna do a summer, dude. We're gonna do when this weather breaks. I cannot wait.
Me neither.
Those what are those videos? Those little shorts that you could do on you guys
Something,
golfing,
yeah.
like a little short on the.
Like, have you
on,
ever
man.
broken into the 80s?
I don't keep score.
See, so that's how I know I'm better than you. I also get to golf 70 times more than you do.
I think we're pretty close.
We're
You might beat me in score, but not where
not
where you're waiting around for me to catch up.
no.
Have you ever golfed over 100? Because I can tell you, I have. Every single time.
Everyone who's
I
golfed
go
has golfed
golfing.
over 100. I mean, it took me. Now I'm at the point where if I'm over 100, I had a bad day. If I'm under 90, I had a great day.
But when we go golfing together, like you're never writing scores down.
Oh, I keep my score.
Okay, now he's just lying.
Dude, we can go in the back of my truck right now. I bet there's scorecards.
With me?
Not with you.
No,
but
you don't keep score when we golf.
It's because he sucks. I just give him smiley faces and frowny faces
That's
like
what
I
I
do for
do.
Rachel. Nah.
If I have a really bad hole, it definitely is a frowny face hole rather than a.
Well, don't get me wrong. I still, we'll get a double this,
par.
Double par and stuff. But
It's double bogey. The good golfer called it a double par. I
What-
mean,
whatever, two
double
over-
par is the max score you can get on a hole.
That's what I was getting at.
Year roll.
oh,
God, this kid keeps proving me so right.
all right, man.
All right.
Let's move on.
Well, so we like to start. We not start, but we always have a how's your week going? And for Steven, pretty quick. Any roommate updates?
Are you looking for a roommate?
No.
That would be hard.
No.
Although we should do a segment where I just come and live with you for 7 days.
That would
Because
be
it's a
funny.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
You should do the you know how it was the wife swap show? You guys should do that, but just with Rachel, and Rachel's the only one that has to suffer through. You just be Gene for a week.
So
you know what I mean?
Rachel just cooks for him every
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
then?
yeah.
I
And then, I mean,
basically do anyway.
She does.
He comes over for dinner I
then
mean, but he
you
is
live
5 minutes down the
his
road.
apartment.
So.
I am family. You got to tell me if I'm becoming a
No,
burden.
we always invite you, especially too because Rachel doesn't eat meat. So like a lot of times things go wasted, and you're a garbage disposal. I can just
will
be like
be.
take the leftovers.
when they stop texting you saying, "Hey, you could come over for dinner," that's when they're annoyed. Like
Or I'll just text.
you
them.
just start showing up, and you're just like, "Hey, where's dinner at?"
well,
Like,
that was when he.
we didn't invite
Because
you.
when he was getting a new phone, which just happened like last week, he was like, "I don't know, LG," and I was like, "Are you seriously about to not get an iPhone?" He was like, "I don't know," and I was like, "Get the fucking iPhone."
Yeah, they
Stop.
convinced me.
And then when we were signing the paperwork, doing it, I was like, "Now I can tell if you read my text and didn't answer me."
You can
back."
turn that off. I can show you how.
Shut up, dude. He doesn't even know how to access his
Can you
Wi-Fi.
really?
Yes.
Because I don't like that.
I don't like that
Why?
either. I have mine off.
Who do you text? Me and Rachel.
I'm talking about for the future, man.
You can actually change it per person.
You can.
That's even better. I don't care if you know that I read your messages, but sometimes I get a text message and I don't feel like replying.
Also, you're the person that'll
Just
go.
don't open it. That's what I do.
I don't always have my phone right next to me too.
Yeah. But
Like I'll get up at noon and not really look at my phone until 4 o'clock.
you'll also you'll bitch at me and be like, "You're just not going to answer me today," and then
That's because I know you have your phone all the time.
While he's
no,
sleeping.
I'll be sleeping.
Oh.
This is the first week you were here. We're like, shouldn't have moved to Pittsburgh. Gene just sleeps on Saturdays, and I was like, yeah, it's because I got to get my
Yeah,
sleeps
I
in.
had to adjust.
But then I'll text you and be like,
You had to adjust to his sleep
by fourth
schedule.
text, I'm like, are you okay, dude? And then I'll get a text an hour later. He'll be like, I had a tummy ache, so I slept all day.
I'm
and I
a
was like,
bitch,
you little
dude. I'm a baby.
double-edged.
I am. How about you? Like, if you have a stomach ache, what's your go-to? Sit on the toilet for a little bit?
I mean, yeah, it depends on, okay, if it's like a tummy ache, like, yeah, I got a shit, I probably will just
Not
go
that
sit on
kind.
the toilet. But if it's like a tummy ache where like, oh man, like, I don't know, man. Like,
You don't
I'll
get, but I
probably-
feel. I mean, we've been pretty good friends for a while.
probably
You
just
don't.
bitch about it.
You don't get, dude. Like, I was
I've
just
never
saying,
had a tummy ache. Yeah, I can't
the
even-
kid will eat flaming hot Cheetos and a
Dude, like,
quart,
when I
a
have
quart of chocolate milk,
yeah, it,
which would put you in an ambulance.
when
And this
I
kid
have a
does that
tummy
just
ache,
for
it's
fun.
because I have to poop.
It's
Like,
because you did. Right.
and it's just like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, that's my tummy ache.
I have to lay down.
Sometimes I might have to puke, but that's if I'm like, drinking.
Well, yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
I'm just
he's
like, man, I shouldn't have done that.
he's got a good digestive system. I'll say that because there'll be times.
Oh, I poop every day.
Well, in like the
Yeah,
the
don't.
combinations of things I'll see him eat, and I go, that I would cry after I ate that.
Yeah. Chocolate milk mixed with almost anything would fuck me up.
Oh, I
he
love it,
loves
dude. I
chocolate milk.
love it. With
It's whole
any-
milk.
He won't
too,
even get,
right?
like, he
Do you
won't-
make your own or do you buy?
No, wait, man, I buy the whole milk, like chocolate milk.
Oh, you
know what I mean?
buy it combined.
Yeah,
Okay.
like-
I would think a
But
real.
no, whole milk, right? Like you'll get
It is
if-
whole milk. Like, you can't
It's
really find
thick.
chocolate milk that's 2%.
Yeah,
It's hard
that
to
makes
find.
sense.
and he
2%
doesn't
chocolate
buy the
milk.
like individual size. He'll roll over sometimes with the like half gallon.
You want to know why chocolate milk was a thing too? It was to cover up the blood in milk that was like
Originally?
from like an over milked cow that was
I did
bleeding
know
into
that,
the milk.
yeah.
They'd put chocolate.
Now, this
in
is
it.
a
It was just
while
chocolate
ago.
milk. Yeah, this was. It
Whoa.
doesn't happen anymore.
I never heard that. That's really.
But that was like
gross.
initially why
I
chocolate
get it
milk
though.
came around.
Just to change
so
the
you
color
weren't
of it.
drinking pink milk. You were drinking chocolate
Yeah.
Yeah, and before it's pasteurized, it's yellow and chunky.
milk. Yeah.
Did you know that it's like federal law that you can't sell unpasteurized milk just
You know
to cut
what?
the farmer out of the game?
That I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised.
It's like
But-
the Dairy Association of America, or whatever, is like a fucking mafia, and they don't want individual farmers to be able to sell their own milk.
Yeah, you don't.
We
want,
have a guy.
I was gonna say so.
You have to get a guy.
We have a
the
guy.
dude who sells us our washer and dryers. I've told
They have a washer and dryer guy too. Not only
No,
is
it's the
it their
same
milk
guy, dude.
It's the
he can
washer and
fix.
dryer.
He can fix
guy.
small motors, and we've gotten 3 off of him, and he's super cheap, and he only does like the.
He's done it for you 3 times. It sounds like he's terrible at his fucking job.
No, well,
I'm
we
just
moved.
kidding.
Yeah, but no, he only does the old school stuff with like a real motor in there. So like he'll be like, yeah, I have a washer for $100. If I can take yours, I'll sell to you for 70 because then he'll fix it up and flip it.
Gotcha.
But he has a small dairy farm, and he's a country folk, but he's a really nice guy. He just shows up in a white van with no windows in it. But he was telling me the one time, these people love to talk about. He probably only gets a chance to talk to other people, not that often. But he was the one telling me, he's like, if you're lactose intolerant, it's because you're drinking pasteurized milk. He said
Yeah.
natural milk has the enzymes that your body doesn't
break it
have
down good.
to break it down for you. And I mean, Let's see if we can find that guy, get him on the podcast. We'll have a whole milk section.
Yeah.
I was
dude's
just
probably-
going to say that. He should be the next guest. I do unpasteurized milk and secondhand washer and dryers.
Yeah, he probably has got another side hustle.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's an interesting.
He probably
fella.
like makes makes like ferrets and shit too. You
I
know?
love chocolate milk, but I hate regular milk though. Like the white milk.
Well,
I
yeah,
fucking
dude.
hate it.
That's like moving from a fucking Cadillac
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
Subaru.
Yeah, but growing
If you
up, I
really
would
like
just,
chocolate milk
I would just slug glasses of milk.
anymore, no.
Not now. Well, I still could, but I don't. But I made this switch. Almond milk, I actually really like.
I like almond milk too, but it definitely isn't like regular milk.
No.
No, it's
Up in college, it got so bad that I would buy the Nesquik powder and no milk and just spoonful it into my mouth.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
And then use
That's
my
like
spit
Steven
to,
with
like, make a
kratom.
little-
So you just like
Chocolate.
chocolate because that's not chocolate.
No. See, we had this. I was talking to this with Gene yesterday on Discord, and we were talking. Like, I like chocolate, but like I'm good with. Maybe you guys were talking about it on your last podcast. I'm good with like one piece of chocolate.
I am.
I'm
It
a
covers.
fiend.
It covers my craving.
I'm a fiend.
But,
But-
like I was missing chocolate milk up at school so much that I didn't want to buy the milk.
but can't
But
you
I
ma-
bought the Nesquik and was like, good enough.
can't you
Okay.
mix Nesquik
powder.
with water?
I think you can, but I was like, it's not the same. Like it's not the
Doesn't
same.
have that
Like,
creaminess.
I'd rather at that
Yeah.
point just mix it with my spit. Like, what's the difference?
This is a wild boy.
This is some addict type of. Now
I was
college,
also very broke in college.
Yes, college is a hard time.
You're scraping together pennies, and you're like, what can I get with this Nesquik powder?
Fuck yeah, because it was like $2 cheaper than a gallon of chocolate milk, and I was like, I'll crush that gallon of chocolate milk in 2 days. The powder might.
Did you ever consider getting chocolate syrup and buying the milk?
Well, see,
You can get way more chocolate
it's
milk.
like the same thing though, too. There too, like there's, I don't know.
No,
what
I
it
don't
is.
think you would, because I think the price of chocolate milk and normal milk is the same.
You know
So
how-
if you just get normal
Rachel,
milk,
can you look this up?
Have you ever gone to a restaurant and they have chocolate milk, but then they come out with regular milk and just pour the
No.
syrup in there and stir it around? And you're
No.
like, this isn't fucking chocolate milk. Like, this is fake knockoff
That is
chocolate
milk.
No, it's
First of
fake
all,
knockoff chocolate
I've
milk.
never gone to a
I
restaurant.
was going to say, this is exposing.
Well-
You go to restaurants and go, chocolate milk, please.
yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Oh,
Not all
man.
the time, but if I'm going there for like breakfast, for example, I'm definitely getting chocolate milk. So if they come out and it's like the kind that you're like, bitch, I can tell you like just poured Hershey syrup in this. Cent
Do you know how
difference.
they make the chocolate milk in big batches?
Probably exactly what you're talking about, but it's not the syrup. It's the powder, probably.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
what
you're a
she's saying.
powder
So
man,
I'm
not a
powder
syrup man.
The syrup is so fake. I don't know what it is about Hershey syrup. I love it on ice
So you
cream,
think
but hate
you,
it.
you think the
Hate
syrup?
it in milk.
You think the syrup's more real than the powder?
It's not. No, but
I
like
said
the
it's more fake.
I think it is more fake. I think the powder is what makes
You think no?
chocolate milk.
Which one
chocolate
do you think
milk.
is more real?
Powder. You just said
the
that.
powder?
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree, but I don't give a shit. I'm the one.
You know what?
who-
Yeah, who are we to say a kid loves
I'm the one
chocolate
that loves
milk?
the
Yeah,
chocolate
you-
milk.
I was
here,
just
yeah.
thinking, like, if
And I
would-
guarantee you, anybody listening to this podcast about that loves chocolate milk, is like, he's right. He's
Comment.
right. The syrup and the powder are completely different.
Comment. What is, if you're a chocolate milk lover, tell us what your
It's gotta be
opinion
the
on
powder,
there.
not the syrup.
well, like we said, this isn't a kids podcast, so I don't know how
Son
many
of a- yeah,
people
you're right.
watching are into
Yeah.
chocolate milk.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
all 7 creeps out there.
Shit.
I'm just thinking, like,
So, $4.41 for regular milk,
Mm.
$6.50 for a gallon of chocolate milk.
I should stop buying chocolate milk.
no,
at
you
the
should
store.
just buy syrup and milk.
No,
But
if I'm going to buy
what's-
anything, I'm buying powder and milk. First,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
first
thinking.
of
Yeah,
all.
if you like the powder,
Buying
I,
that-
What
food.
kind of powder?
Probably the Nesquik powder.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wait.
you have that at home?
Walmart.
No. Just
Okay, Walmart
I go to
has
Walmart, so here we go.
$1.93 for a gallon of milk.
they're
Regular
the devil,
milk.
dude. The Walmart is the devil.
Damn, no wonder.
Yeah, but they're the cheapest price. Like they are the devil. I hear you, but like you can go there and spend.
I
Like
know what you're.
150
everybody
bucks
in the world
compared
knows
to-
what you're about to say, but they're
compared
the
to
devil.
somewhere else where it's like $300.
You know how many farmers out there?
Oh, I hear
Their
you.
kids
Believe
are
me.
starving.
I hate
with-
Walmart too, but
We're all trying to survive, man.
$150 compared to $300 for groceries.
I've
is
seen what this kid spends his money on.
worth it.
He doesn't have to go to Walmart.
I need to. I want to go to Walmart. That's how penny. If
Which-
you don't penny pinch somewhere, you're
You
not
don't
gonna-
penny pinch. Okay.
I
The
penny
other place you penny pinch is chocolate milk. It sounds like. I've seen. I know where.
Very
I know you.
specific about my chocolate milk.
I was just wondering.
No, I see. If anything, I
Yeah.
mean, I spend a lot of money on chocolate milk. Like that's where I. But anyways,
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, like, if I'm a waiter, and you, a bearded person, come in and not only order chocolate milk, but ask, like, is it syrup or the powder
I
kind?
don't do that.
I'm saying somebody call the police.
I don't do
This
that.
is
shit.
a fucking CP owner.
But like when they bring it out, I can tell the difference for sure. I can be like,
Calling
"You
the
need
cops,
motherfucker."
dude.
But now I can just blame it on my kid. Like and now that I have a kid, I can be like, it's for him. Like,
It's not
That's
my
a nice.
chocolate
I'll
milk,
tell you.
no.
He's
Yeah,
not
that's
here, but it's for him.
yeah, right.
No, but so does he?
He's
want a,
coming. He's
So
on
does
his
he
way.
want a sippy cup? No, like the largest cup.
No,
you
the
have.
largest one you have, the straw.
I
I'll
know
just-
he's not one yet.
I'll just pour it
basically.
in.
I just
got
gotta try it to make sure it's safe.
I'm just gonna spoon feed him chocolate.
And then the waiter's gonna go like, I don't think that kid should be drinking chocolate milk.
Yeah.
He's like really young.
Nah, it's fine.
Are you gonna make sure your son is a chocolate milk drinker?
I don't care what he is, but
Don't let him be
you know,
fat.
I will say that if he wants chocolate milk, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
Do
Uh-huh.
the powder.
yeah,
we're a powder family.
we are gonna be a powder family. But I don't do all that. I don't have time for that. I'm bougie. I buy my chocolate milk already mixed. It's already mixed
Yeah,
for
man,
me.
that is bougie.
What's the other? What was the one from the Christmas Story, where he it was chocolate milk and he got the decoder? Fuck. something
Ye-
teen.
uh,
Quantine. But there's another chocolate powder company out there that was really big, like when our parents were,
Ovaltine?
Ovaltine.
yeah.
What's the deal with Ovaltine? The can's round.
I was gonna say, I wonder if Ovaltine's still around. Maybe it might be an Ovaltine.
Way
man,
to
you don't
cut
even
me
know
off,
it.
dude. I was doing a bit, and it had one more line, and you just got in the middle
Oh, you
of it.
mad that I cut your Jerry Seinfeld off?
It's one of the better impressions you'll ever hear.
Everyone could do Jerry Seinfeld.
Do it.
What's the deal with corn nuts?
Well, you're doing my impression.
Everyone's doing that impression. Oh God! It says the kid who hates impressionists.
I do.
Have you ever had Yahoo? Have you ever had the Yahoo?
Yoo-hoo.
Whatever.
Yoo-hoo. Yahoo's the
I like
website.
Yoo-hoo.
Yahoo's disgusting, all right?
No. Here's the thing.
It's chocolate drink.
It
Yeah,
is
because
chocolate
it
drink,
doesn't have the
yeah.
dairy. So,
And
because
so-
every once in a while, I do want
It
a
doesn't
nice
have to
little
be cold.
chocolatey beverage, but I can't. I don't want to shit my truck.
Shit your truck.
And so that makes you not shit in your truck?
Yeah, because I can.
The
Listen, I can do,
Yoo-hoos.
like I said, I can do dairy and I can do sweets, but I can't do dairy and sweets. Like ice cream fucks me up, but a glass of milk I'm okay with, I've found. So Yoo-hoo is just chocolate without the dairy.
With water, yeah.
But a lot of times I've noticed, like if you go to like a weird Indian, like an off-brand gas station, you'll see a Yoo-hoo. Look on the bottom of it, dude, there's like clumps.
Oh, you can see it, yeah, because it's
It'll
been
be-
sitting there because
yeah.
no one fucking likes
You'll look,
Yoo-hoo.
it's like, yeah, from like the early 2000s.
I'm old enough where I've had Yoo-hoo in a glass bottle.
Yes, you know the best Yoo-hoo, which I've seen videos. Once again,
Lunchbox.
I got it. Yeah, this juicy
Yeah,
box.
the
Squeezy.
juicy
But-
yeah.
That's one of those things I've seen now. The internet has ruined
Oh, yeah.
any juice box
Uh-huh.
and Capri Sun pouches.
Because of the one time that it gets all moldy
Yeah, it was
in there. and they're like,
coagulated.
My kid was drinking this. Yeah.
yeah,
It said
they'll cut it
tasted
open,
funny.
and there's like a fucking.
I've
looks like a
definitely had
worm.
that though. Thinking back, and then like I've definitely had one of those what are the
Capri Suns?
Yes, one of the Capri Suns where I like put my thing into it, and the first drink I was just like, nope, this is going in the garbage because it tasted weird, and I'm just like, I know what I was drinking, some moldy fucking whatever that was.
You know what's under? Well, I don't want to say understated, but if you want to talk about something like that, Huggies.
Oh,
Now
I used to
that's
love
just straight
Huggies.
sugar water, but at least they're clear, so
and
you can look.
see. Yeah, I
to
love
see.
Huggies. The blue Huggies.
And that tin foil. There was a whole like.
Foil top. Yeah, your neighbor had them for Halloween. It's the first one I've had in a decade at least.
You just stick your thumb in the top to open it up. You don't even pull it
No,
off.
I'm not
Poke
a-
hole. Yeah.
I'm not a behemoth, so I peel.
Nah, you poke a hole in there because it's
So
got
that you know what
little
that
plastic-
tells me.
What?
I know he doesn't read instructions. I bet that means you don't read instructions.
Probably not. I'm gonna be the
If
type
you
of guy
need
that-
instructions to drink a Huggy,
No.
you're a fucking
I'm
retard.
saying in
pull
general.
here.
I'm
Where
saying,
else was I gonna pull?
No,
There's
no.
only one tab.
I'm saying
Rachel, can you open this?
if you get let's say you get an office chair that comes in pieces, are you reading the instructions to put it together?
No, not at all. Because
See?
I'm probably gonna be like, well, the arm goes here and this arm goes here.
Yeah,
this
and then
leg
you
goes
put it together and
fucking
it's
here.
backwards. And like Steven built his Christmas present backwards and let it go for 25 years, basically.
Well, you know.
That's what I'm saying. That's when you said I just shoved my thumb in there, I immediately went,
There's
I bet.
big things though, like when I got my desk delivered in pieces to my house. Like I read the instructions on that.
Well, you have to, something like
Yeah.
that. But I'm saying
Like
simple-
Legos, I'm reading the instructions. I'm not just gonna guess and be
dude.
like,
You know, Dom commented actually on our video. We had a whole segment on one of them. Stop buying Legos that.
Oh.
Stop buying the predetermined Lego thing, like the Millennium Falcon Legos.
Oh yeah, for $800, $900.
Not even for the price, but what's the point of Legos when you just follow directions the whole time?
Some of them I can see they're nostalgic. Like you might really like fucking Star
Then just buy a
Wars,
model of it.
right? Like
But you're saying you,
I
you
hear
have Legos you put together, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Do you have a Death Star?
No, because I hate Star Wars.
What Legos?
I don't hate Star
what Lego
Wars, I'm
things
just
do
not
you
into
have?
Star Wars. Currently, nothing.
Oh, so when you were younger.
Yeah.
But see, our argument, whole thing was we never had those. We would just buy the miscellaneous blocks and build weird cars and shit.
Oh yeah. So my neighbor had 2 garbage bins full of Legos, and we would just
That's the way to go.
build houses and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what Legos were created for,
Mhm.
is to make creativity,
But
not...
whenever you got the Legos for the first time, you built what it was intended to be before it was destroyed and then added to the collection of Legos.
I'll give you a little pass on that if you're saying I'm going to break it down and add to my pile of Legos.
That's what it was for. It was to add to your collection of Legos. But you were like, that's still cool.
Not
like,
Dom.
I want those pieces. Yeah, Dom's weird. Like, we're talking about a kid that still collects Hot Wheels.
So if I remember correctly, I was talking to Lil Andy's wife recently, and I think that she said he was looking at either a set of Legos or something, something similar.
Intervention, chocolate milk, Lego sets.
I was looking at Lego sets, and as soon as I saw the price, was just like, no, I'm not spending $600 just because I want to build the Hogwarts castle. That was really cool looking.
That's what you were looking at?
Yeah, it was so cool looking. I was just like, this is sweet. Like,
I'll be honest. I wish we could put a poll up. What's gayer, the Star Wars Legos or the Hogwarts Legos?
I remember I got
because I like the Harry Potter movies. Me and Rachel just recently watched all of them because it came at an early age. But I'm definitely not as an adult buying Hogwarts Legos.
I have a Wizards and Skeletons Lego chessboard that is worth like $180 now, which is cool. And I know
It's
for a
Legos?
fact my parents didn't spend that much on it.
But it's a Legos.
It's a Lego
chessboard.
chessboard.
Now that's kind of cool.
It's Wizards and Skeletons.
Tune back in next week for Lego talk.
Well, I will say that is kind of cool because at least you can play chess.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But if a Hogwarts castle, if I come over your house and I see a Hogwarts castle in the corner,
Again, I was just looking at it, and they were super
that's what I tell
pricey.
Rachel. I was just
We went to
looking.
the mall, and the Lego store was there, and I'm sorry, but you're not going to not go into the Lego. Am I right? Like,
I
if you go to the mall and you see the Lego store, you're just like, I'm going in there.
I'm not going to the mall.
But regardless, so say you're at the mall, like
Wait,
you
well,
didn't
first of all, what
choose to
mall?
go to the mall, but
We live in the same.
You just find
radius.
yourself in the mall, right? Like just by out of choice, like just so happens you're at the mall and you're like you're walking down and there's a Lego store. You're like going in it.
I thought this was a guy who liked to get in and out of stores as fast as possible.
I
That
do,
is
I
true.
do,
That is
I do.
true.
But
But
like,
we got to stop at the Lego store first.
for sure.
So the
For
reason
sure.
that I knew that about Lil Andy is because we were looking at a video of how to know your husband won't cheat on you.
and what did it say about me?
How to know your husband can't cheat on you is what
Yeah.
it should have been titled.
Because he's playing with Legos.
That's funny because I saw a poll that said how to tell if your husband's not really interested in your vagina, and it was drinks chocolate milk.
That's it. Yep. Yep.
I will side with you that I would go into the Lego store, but I know I'm not pulling my wallet out.
No way. And that's exactly
Unless
what
they
it was.
have-
It was looking around and just laughing at prices going, I wouldn't spend that.
Now, Steven, what if I gifted you the Lincoln Financial Field Lego set with the full team?
Well, we're putting it together. We're putting it together.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we do that?
I don't know if that's
I'm
a thing.
sure you could.
Stadiums
Let's make our own.
You could. You
with
could just
different
make
colors.
your own.
It'd be red pieces. Like, what team is this? Be like,
Imagine how that would look, dude.
spray painting at the end.
Yeah.
Do it.
We do need to get some. We're gonna get some kind of like puzzle or activity for Christmas.
Yeah. Do you like puzzles?
Puzzles are good.
Although we always go too big. That's the thing. I think
Yeah.
we can't go the huge ones.
500.
Yeah.
Thousands too much for one or 2 days.
For once, yeah.
Well, and
It's
just
like
like,
a week.
when you hit once you get the frame, and then like we always pick we're like, we literally one time we picked that puzzle and we're like, this is gonna be really hard.
Yeah. Well, we had like a week to do it.
Yeah, and we got none of it.
I
done.
finished it myself.
That's not with one piece missing.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
That is like
That was a hard puzzle, like you're saying, and it was cool looking. It was like under the sea with like fish and
yeah. We went to like the whale museums, so they had like a cool like it was just a shit ton of shells and all sorts of stuff. It was hard,
mollusks.
but dude, getting I think it was 1,500.
How long ago was this puzzle purchase?
Oh, dude, like 6 months ago.
And it was missing a piece?
Well, here's the thing.
I had to move it.
That's when we took my mom to go whale watching. We bought the puzzle because we were going to be there for a week. And then we got like, the frame and a couple things done on it. And so we tried to transfer it still kind of put together. And so there's probably a piece in that Airbnb we were in.
Also, dogs were present.
Yes. And
Could
Steven's
be in
got
somebody's
jittery.
belly.
Steven's got jittery hands. My mom's was a clean freak, so
It's got thrown away.
It's a shame though, because like I made it a fucking point to finish that puzzle by myself, and it was hard. And then it didn't,
Not having that last piece is
yeah, it was annoying.
oh man.
I'd rather him be missing a bunch of pieces and be like, I'm not doing this, you know, because I couldn't frame it and put it in my bedroom.
Damn.
You should take a piece of paper and draw on what you thought it was
Yeah,
supposed
just
to
like
be. Piece of cardboard.
color in the background.
That's
They probably have sets where it's like a white background and you can make
No,
your own
they make-
jigsaw puzzles.
they make puzzles that are all just one color that are specifically supposed to be super hard.
That's just boring.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we did this is how cool me and Rachel are. On our honeymoon, we did a puzzle. We were so tired, but there was other things in play. But it was a circular puzzle, and it was a donut with sprinkles.
Interesting.
So you didn't have corner pieces. So that was a hard puzzle. That was for like 3 days. We just stayed inside in this sweet ass Airbnb and did a puzzle and watched probably New Girl or something.
And we finished it, and we signed a piece, and we left it in the timeshare.
It was a timeshare?
Yeah, Rachel's mom does timeshare. It was a sweet place.
The next person probably found it and was like, "Wow, this is cool. I'm putting it back in the box."
Well, no, Rachel, didn't we leave the puzzle there?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we left the
It
whole puzzle,
sounded
not
like
just
a
piece.
piece.
Oh, we signed a piece and said, like, we're on our honeymoon or something. I don't know. And then
did
we left
it.
it for the next person to do.
We're so romantic.
That is romantic.
Sometimes we do
Puzzles are
stuff
good
like that.
for your cognitive abilities.
That's what
I think.
that's why they have, like, you know, in I don't want to call it suicidal place, like tell us the
Mental
word, like mental
institutions.
mental
okay.
facility. Obviously, I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah, people, if you're thinking about suicide, don't
Just
buy
do
a puzzle.
Yeah, no,
just
definitely.
And
do a
don't
puzzle.
lose one piece of the
Get
puzzle.
some help. Call somebody.
And then when you're on their really strong drugs, then do a puzzle.
Yeah.
Because that's
Then
what I
you
think
won't
they do.
care about the one piece missing.
That and coloring. Rachel bought like an adult coloring book, and like at first I was like, I wouldn't do it. But like as soon as I got a little bit into it, I couldn't stop. I had to finish
I can't
it.
color in the lines. That's my problem. I'm
That's-
like so. I
That
just
that
gotta
is
be
a
done,
problem because
and I'm
that
just
is
like-
something that, like, you know.
And then one
Little-
outside the line would ruin the whole.
No, well,
I'd be
see,
like,
that's the thing.
well,
You just got to kind of like
Does it
look
even
past
matter
it.
now?
You
Like,
gotta take your time, and I'm not good at that.
Yeah, but once you start, if you're like, I was okay, like if a little bit of I went out the line, and we had good, like decent markers and stuff. Like I wasn't using
See,
Crayola crowns.
I can't use markers because I'm left-handed, so it smears.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess you guys don't get to enjoy the fun that
well,
criminals
why
and
wouldn't
stuff.
you just start on the left side of the picture then?
Because I imagine when you do that, those coloring books for adults, you grab a color, fill in all those spots, grab another color. Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, like because this wasn't like a picture of like something. It was like, you know, 30 flowers with like, you know, an integral.
Do you know what like a mandala
None
is?
of them are going.
I do.
I knew he would. It's like that. So there's a lot of little
It's like-
tiny pieces.
yeah.
I knew what that was.
It's
too.
like a geometry kind of collagey looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you are right in the fact, like
I'm thinking
you
that-
have to. I figured out early on, so it wasn't just like weird blotch of colors.
Yeah, it'd be
you got to
mayhem.
pick like 8. You got to pick like a color wheel almost for it, and then yeah, you do bounce around. But no, these markers, like it was decent paper, so I think you could have been okay.
Yeah. Turn back in next week for arts and crafts talk.
Hey,
we got Legos, arts and crafts. The guy that does the washers and dryers and sells the
We're gonna
dairy.
get him on the
It's
show.
gonna be a lot of stuff
Right.
going on next episode.
And if you're watching, head to our Twitter because I posted a poll to see what is less cool, Star Wars Legos or Hogwarts Legos.
You didn't put chocolate milk in there?
yeah, I mean the powder.
I mean,
I think you got to
Powder
make a
versus
poll for the powder and
Okay.
the syrup for the chocolate milk.
yeah, because
too.
you can't. To circle back to chocolate milk, you can't.
Not that I'm thinking about it, but I've been thinking.
I guess
about
I know
it
where
this
his
whole
is
time.
be a sheet stop on his way home.
I don't know. I have it at the house. Why would I? I don't need to stop.
I don't
I
think
got
your
the milk.
It's okay.
It
You know
sounds
what?
I
like
got
to me
the milk
your
at the
addiction's
house.
your addiction's not gonna.
There's-
That 30-minute drive is you're gonna be like.
There's worse things to have addictions to. I know. Okay. Chocolate milk is okay.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, man. You'll be all right.
I'm
You know
gonna
what?
have a
Thank
heart
God
attack
we didn't get a
tomorrow.
chocolate.
You're gonna be like, why'd I say that? I knew he wasn't healthy. I needed to tell him to
Now I
stop
gotta go do a
drinking."
puzzle because I'm gonna kill myself.
It's missing 3 pieces.
If you have a heart attack before me, that shouldn't happen.
Well, he's got the genetic thing.
That is
I
true.
do, yeah.
That's
it
We were
is
right.
talking
genetics
before the
now.
show about his dad had a heart attack.
And it is genetics.
What a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He at least survived like everybody else prior to my death. Like my dad's dad, my grandfather, I didn't know him. And then his dad's dad, they all died.
Oh, wow, that's
like,
a
their
legit
heart attack.
But
concern for you.
Yeah,
Then,
oh,
man.
it's, yeah.
They
he's
all
got a-
have a lot of this. Now, your dad's a lot calm, but they all have the same thing. They eat at 100 miles an hour. They can't sit still. If you don't notice, he's bouncing his legs this whole time.
I have been.
The kid can't get through, like, if he can't get out of Target in 10 minutes, he's like, "Ugh." So they all.
I was looking it up. I do think I have adult ADHD.
If you get some
It's a
Adderall, want to share
No,
it?
you gotta stay away from
No,
him.
the Adderall is not. No, I don't want. Nah.
Well,
That'd be funny.
consider it. Reconsider.
If you have ADHD and then you get Adderall, because like 4 people, if you just came over all zombed out, because it actually
I don't
worked
know
for you, that'd be. Like, this gets boring now. I like
It's
to
like,
hang out.
nah, man, I'm cool.
That's why I
don't
liked to
wanna do
work, doing landscaping with you, because I was like, I would just sometimes putz around and you start doing work, and I'm like, you got it, dude.
That's why like the Adderall didn't work for me. I became so anti-social. I was just
Yeah, I love that.
like, I just wasn't leaving my dorm.
That's
room.
really-
It was just like, I feel weird.
That's where I want to be at all times.
Yeah, and that's why we can't let you do
Yeah,
it,
I
because
know.
you'll be like, I just bought a new video game. I'm going to play this for 3 months straight.
I'll stay up for 3 days at a time playing
Yes.
games.
He will.
I mean,
Happily.
I would
Oh, yeah.
happily do that too.
in like a manic.
In a weird way. Getting
Yeah.
weird. Well, because, you get weird after a few days.
Like you're not playing the game the right way.
He
That's
gets
not.
so mad at games, dude.
Did get mad at games.
Yeah, well, still a little bit, because we grew up. Me and you have talked about this before.
Oh, when we play FIFA on the same...
Especially FIFA, but you and your brother, because it's 2 years apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys were always verse each other, right?
We had a very
Competitive.
relationship. Yes.
So yeah, their stuff was always 1-on-1. Me and Steven, since he's 6 years older than me, like we always had to play co-op games.
Yeah.
And the more technology evolved, there's less and less of those games.
Yeah. Yep.
gay.
You can't even there's not even games anymore where you can there is
Couch co-op.
couch co-op is like that's what it's called now instead of it being called co-op, which is what couch co-op is.
Co-op now is you both have to have a
You
system.
have to
you
have
both
the
have to have
system.
the game.
You both have to have the game. Couch co-op is very few and far
Well,
between.
that's because having a person next
With
to
you is very
in
few and
person
far
is
between.
rare.
Yeah, right.
Why would anybody want a real friend when
Right.
the internet exists?
But even the new Mario parties aren't couch cushion
No
co-op
shit.
anymore, which doesn't
They're
make
just
sense.
selling more games.
It's like,
That's
yeah, it
such
doesn't make
bullshit,
sense.
because that is one. Like
I think it was like
Oh.
Mario Party 7 was
those
like the
games,
last
yeah,
one.
That's crazy.
Once they went to 8, it was just like, yeah, you now have to play online with your friend.
Nintendo,
Mario
you're
Party.
fucking up. You're running out of
that was
things
that was the
people
one
like.
thing they
Idiots.
had going for them.
Yeah,
Like
I love
think
Mario Party.
At one point when we were at the old house, I specifically bought a Wii, so
You could play Mario Party.
me,
yeah.
you,
Well,
your
and-
wife, and Rachel
and
could
here's
play
the
Mario
thing,
Party.
Now that we're on Mario Party, here's the other thing. You don't win anymore either. After Mario Party 6, everybody just wins. Like it's no longer whoever had the most
Participation.
stars. You know how you had to get the stars and it's like, oh, you had 3 stars and I only had 2. Like you fucking won.
Okay.
Like no, not anymore. Like even though you have 12 stars and I only had 4,
Wow.
it's like everybody wins. Like there is no particular winner. Like you all just finish the game together.
The world
Screw
is
you, Nintendo.
So what's the point of playing?
Right.
Yeah, for
Like,
real. It's all just mini games.
That's what it is. It's the mini games. You still win the mini game. Like,
But yeah, there's
I'm
no
still
overall
playing you
winner.
in the mini game, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter that you beat me in 10 out of.
I want to
the-
rub your face in it.
Yeah, right. It doesn't even like.
What's the game? What's the fighting game for Nintendo?
You're talking about
Smash Bros.
yes.
Is that what it's
Super
called?
Smash
There's
Bros.
gonna be a
That
lot
was
of
one of
people
the
that
better
were-
games out there, dude.
upset that it took us that long to figure that out. But yes, Super Smash.
That's what I thought you were talking about at first. I was like, how can you have a fighting game that's not?
Oh no,
a winner?
No,
he
that
was
one's
he
on-
was never like Nintendo
Mario
or
Party
anything.
is like the one where it's like a board game,
It's
a
like
sense.
party games.
Yeah,
I know
When
that.
you
Yeah.
pick- yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're like going, you still
fact-
roll like a die, and you like move around the board. And
Yeah,
shit and
but
collect stars.
that's even crazier. That's not a
Yeah.
co-op game, a
Right.
couch co-op game, because that's you're supposed to have like a group of people,
Right.
and the only game that makes sense to play
Is
with a group
Mario
of people
Party.
is Mario Party.
Yeah, right.
Did they start doing that when the Switch came out?
No, it was the Wii. I'm pretty sure it was the Wii.
Do you have
the
a
Wii
Switch?
had online? No,
I want to Switch.
no. My
Why,
buddies have
though?
a Switch.
Because a lot of indie games get put on Switch.
Yeah, but they're all like Nintendo.
It is kind of
they're
cool.
You
PC
don't
game-
like
like game-
anime-ish games though.
There's a lot of PC games that only come out on the Switch.
The thing that I don't like is like Animal Crossings. I would be all over that, and I can't. I have no system to play Animal Crossings.
What the fuck is that?
Oh man.
Gay.
It's a game where you get like a little animal and you like build a town, dude. Okay?
Like Harvest Moon, kind of.
No, it's resource collecting.
That's
kind
right.
of.
kind of. Yeah, I think it is.
But,
like
like,
Harvest
little
Moon,
kids play
I
it.
think.
Okay.
But like, yeah, you like have a house and you can like build your house up and get upgrades for your house and stuff and decorate your house. It's cool.
Well, you're like
You
drinking
go
chocolate milk,
fishing.
you know.
You ever played Stardew Valley?
That's the game I was thinking
Stardew
of.
Valley. It is like that.
I heard you're playing Terraria.
And
Yes.
we
Isn't
thought
that
the
a great
Lego
game? It is a
talk
great
was
game,
gay.
yeah.
Like 11 years ago, I was
Yeah.
in on
Yeah.
Terraria.
Yeah, my buddy's been trying to get us to play for a while, and then it was on. You could buy like a pack of 6 for like $40, like 6 of Terraria.
Yeah, on
the
Steam
game,
or
on
something?
Steam. Yeah. So my brother bought it and just gave everybody.
Yeah, it's a good game.
copy.
It's a good game. Did you build your village up yet? Where you get
No,
to
so we literally when I played I've only played it like twice now. My buddy brought us into a game that he had like
create it on?
a little setup, like just a little setup.
I gotcha.
But even that, he mined all the way down and stuff. So like we haven't started our own game.
Yeah,
yet.
you got to start your own game.
But that's I'm excited. I do. It does look cool. I didn't think I was gonna be as into it because it's 2D. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I
the
was
Lego talk
really-
was so lame compared to Terraria talk.
Listen, okay.
We don't get to
Terraria,
have- we
Terraria,
don't-
For all
whatever.
6 people who play Terraria still,
we don't know how to have a
tune in.
guest, man. What else do we talk about? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so to continue the fun video game talk,
We're trying to branch out to other demographics.
no, for sure, I was just busting balls
Yeah, you
because
fucking nerds.
well,
Listen
you
to
did
us.
you did bring a game in that was what
Very obscure.
12, yeah, obscure and 12 years old now.
It is a fun game though.
Yeah, and new games suck.
It's cheap.
Some new games,
A lot of new games suck.
a lot of them, but there's some good ones out there. And you also like a very specific game
Yeah.
because you were in, I don't know if we call it the heyday, but like you had a time, EverQuest, which we've talked about before, so maybe we should. EverQuest is World of Warcraft on steroids.
Seeing that's something I never.
Yeah,
too
it's a lot of people, like you guys played RuneScape.
Mhm.
And so EverQuest is even another step up from that.
Yeah.
And like you had to pay a monthly subscription. I remember I had Steve was playing, and of course I wanted to do it. So I had to go to my mom and be like, Mom, I want to play this game. And my selling point was you have to type a lot. So I'm going to get really good at typing.
Yeah. Like,
And of course my mom was just like, yeah, I'll give you $12 a
I'm,
month. to
I'm
play the game."
surprised she wasn't like, you see what that game did to your brother? He never leaves the basement. He doesn't sleep.
Kind of, yeah. But I think at that point she realized, like,
it's a losing battle, and that's dude. My parents lost that battle too. Like, you guys can only play like 2 hours a fucking day. Video games are gonna ruin you. Like, no.
Then
well, we
you-
were talking about
No,
that
they're
too
not.
not too long ago of like your parents were trying to give you like what they call it now screen time, like
Yeah.
you're only allowed to have an hour.
Yeah.
And then you and your brother like it takes a fucking hour to get the game
Yeah,
going.
when we had dial up, oh man, RuneScape, it took an hour just to load into the main.
it was bad enough where you and your brother shared a
screen.
character.
Yes. We share a character to maximize our screen time.
And you both got 1 hour to play, right?
Yes.
But it would take a half hour to get on the game.
Man, your parents suck, dude.
Well, and again,
They were
like,
trying to be good parents.
It
is what
didn't.
was.
It didn't last long because it was a battle they weren't going to win. Like,
Yeah.
how are you going to sit there and tell me you're going to buy me, the new James Bond game, but tell me I can only play it for an hour? Like, bitch, the game takes 32 hours
Plus,
to
you-
beat.
you
Like,
guys
and that's if I'm good and follow the fucking. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
You guys are being annoying when you're not in the game. Just like let them play the fucking
well, no,
game.
what it was, and I was getting into what we were kind of talking about earlier. like,
dad-
we were super competitive. No, me and
Oh,
my
oh,
brother,
yeah.
we would get into fights and like
Okay.
literally fight each other over the video games. So that's when it turned into the video games are doing this to you, and In
No, we're
reality,
gonna
we were
fight
just
over anything.
yeah, we were just competitive and we were fighting regardless.
Yeah, let us go play football out back. See if that's going to get any better.
And that's exactly what like we would do. That's what was cool. We were still during that time where I did play outside as a kid and had video games, and that's what we did. And it was exactly that. And then my mom would be like, "Well, no tackle football." It's like, well, what do you want? Like, well, I'm going to beat them up during video games, or I'm going to beat them up playing football. Pick
Okay,
one.
fine.
Like,
Then we're going to make a different
it's
game.
either that or I'm going to do it up in the bedroom. And then you're going to yell at us and ground us. Like,
Yeah, at least if you let us be cohesive playing this game, we're not going to be fighting each other 24/7.
constantly. Yeah.
Well, then you were saying that like you pleaded with your dad, who was like, "Look how long it takes to
Yeah,
get
oh,
on
yeah.
there,"
I had
and then
to
he was
show
like,
him.
"Ah, shit, you guys are right. Like your hours screen time, half it was sitting there just waiting for it to
Well,
load up."
and like they didn't believe us the first few times that our dial-up took an hour to load up RuneScape. The one time he believed us is because he was downstairs on the fucking treadmill, and I was just like, "Here, Dad, like I'm logging in," and like clicked login and sat there for half an hour, and I was like, "When the screen comes up, I'll let you know." Like it says
That's
I
a
can
good
I can
move.
play now.
To a heavyset dude to put it in treadmill time, he goes, "A half hour is so long."
He was just like yeah. I mean, it took his whole workout pretty much, and he was just like, yeah. See, like I didn't even get to play yet. Like, okay, you can get another hour, fine. Gotcha. I've been playing this whole time.
Well, it's interesting to hear like what an attentive parent is like, because my parents, the only time they were concerned was when it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. They're like, "Why aren't you in bed?"
Well, and see, so that
You have
was
school tomorrow. He's like, "I'm gonna be fine."
that was the alternative too. Like my parents catching us just sneaking out after we were supposed to be in bed playing video games. Like,
Right.
It's just like, see, we're gonna do it. Like you might as well just let us do it, you know.
Yeah,
and,
let's
then and then we'll actually go to bed when we're supposed to go to fucking bed. Like
Yeah, not me.
and not
No,
like,
not
no. See,
you.
yeah. If it
We
was a
never
good
had-
game, you're waking up and playing that all fucking night long. Like.
Well, it was crazy too because I was always a sleep addict, but he would. I mean, not during football season. I wouldn't
can't.
imagine it
Too
would be
tired.
impossible. But he would be up till 3 or 4 o'clock in
Oh,
the
yeah.
morning, and then wake up at 6:15 to catch the bus. And also, our
Perfectly
parents,
fine. Perfectly
our
fine.
parents. Not only is he older than us, but our parents are. They had us a little bit later, so computers to them might as well have been like, "Mom, we're doing rocket science down
Yeah,
here."
right.
Yeah.
You know, so I remember the time we were probably one of the first families that had a computer that we knew of.
Yeah.
And the one guy came over and busted you for the pornog.
That was Dad, not me.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, maybe you won that battle with your dad over because he was like, his buddy was like, "Yeah, you know, you can like watch boobies on the internet."
Yeah, right.
And then he went to watch a video and was like, "This is taking 45 minutes."
Like, fuck. Yeah, that's why we don't have dial-up anymore. Like my dad's porn was just taking too
Taking
long.
too
And
long. But now
he's like, yeah, we do need an internet upgrade so Chris and Andrew can play RuneScape. all
it's
the
for
time.
their
Like,
education, so they
Right.
can search things better.
Right.
But I remember, because I don't know where you were, but Mom and Dad had a friend that was like computer IT early in the days, and something was wrong with our computer, and then he came and cleaned it up, and of course Steam was a teenager, so he was doing. That was
hey,
the
you
days.
might want to stay away from this website.
Yeah, this fucking
This one's
creep,
not working
he knew
for
the
you.
deal. That's the thing that pissed me off is because he looked at porn.
Of course,
You fucking asshole.
and I mean that was days of
Selling me out.
printing out a porn
Well,
picture.
and see, and that's what I'm saying. Like it was probably you. I don't know if this is exactly what you're using, but some of the viruses my brother gave our computers because of LimeWire, him getting his porn off of LimeWire. I had to show him how like you can just go to Google. But now that being said, like, well, real quick before like. My mom and how you were saying your parents weren't tech savvy and stuff like that. My mom didn't know that you could clear your history. So like I had to teach my brother about clearing history too because she came down the one day and was like, "Which one of you Googled boobs?" And
Googled,
so I had to be like, "Yeah, dude, you can when you're done searching what you're searching, you got to clear the history."
If I would have
too,
told
'cause
my
she doesn't know
parents
that.
about a browser history, they would have been like,
Oh man.
"Oh, okay."
Yeah, they would just. All right,
Yeah, see,
okay.
my parents were smart enough to know that there was browser history, but not smart enough to know that we could
could clear it
delete
out.
the
Yeah.
browser history.
Yeah, because like your mom worked in an office, so she worked
Oh yeah,
with a computer.
they know they're savvy enough.
Yeah,
like-
my dad was like impressed with like when the first like handheld Yahtzee game came out. He was like, "You believe they can do this now?"
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, when that guy came over and all the viruses were obviously from just terrible porn websites, and then you weren't there. I caught like Mom and Dad had a quick meeting because it was in my bedroom that I never slept in, and they were like, "How do we handle this?" And then they just yelled at you. and then that was it.
I don't remember that.
Well, dude, because you had some printed out pictures.
Oh, dude, quick story.
You printed porn out, huh?
Well, we would.
Because it would take an hour. It would take 40 minutes to just get a picture
There's
up.
a couple shots you want to savor, bro.
The Britney Spears.
But listen, dude.
Sexy, whatever.
I had a printout of like a girl from behind, but like you couldn't see her face and you couldn't see her puss.
Uh-huh.
It was just like her ass, and she had on like high socks, like soccer socks with like the pads in them and cleats. And fucking,
He remembers that picture.
I threw it in the trash in my bedroom, and I don't know what was on it, but my dog got it out of the trash. Okay, and just
Yeah, wonder what was on it.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to go into that, but so it was like crumpled up and like on my bedroom floor. My dad found it. And he wasn't mad that there was a picture of a naked girl. He thought it was a dude. And he was like, Steven, what the hell is this? And I had to convince him, like, no, it's a girl. It's a girl.
I swear I'm not kidding.
Yeah, dude. He was like, I don't care if it's tits. What the fuck?
Dude, that's hilarious.
I guess he saw cleats and was like, that's a guy with a plump ass.
First of all,
No,
Dad.
it's not. It's like looking back on it. What if it is a dude? And it's
Nah,
like, damn,
yeah.
man.
I don't know if the
that
internet
was
was that weird yet, but it's funny because it'd be like, Dad, what dudes are you hanging out with that have asses like this, man?
Yeah, really. I want to meet him.
I remember my mom got the Victoria's Secret coupon stuff in the mail all the time, and I used to steal that.
Dude, when I
stash 'em.
was so this was at the old house. We moved into our new house in 2002, so I was in, I think that'd be 2nd or 3rd grade. At the old house, so I was at least younger than 3rd grade. They found, it was in a sandwich baggie. It wasn't even Victoria's Secret. It was the J.C. Penney's catalog.
Nice.
That I cut out pictures of just girls. Like, it wasn't even thongs and stuff. It was just, and this is way before, like, I even was getting boners. But I just cut out all these.
You just knew. You're like,
Yeah,
this
something in
is
the back of my mind. I was
hot.
like, this is going to be valuable.
Something about this I like.
And it was kind of funny, too, because it was like, you know, like when a really little kid curses, it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like they get to an age like, all right, you got to stop saying
It's not
that.
funny anymore.
Yeah, they found it and it was funny to them. And like I'm glad they did that because who knows if they really berated me over that, I could have some weird. I might like to wear lingerie if they really tried to beat me up on that.
Right. Or you might just still be like, I just like catalog.
That would be. I'll tell you what. I'm a pretty vanilla guy. That would be pretty sweet if just a J.C. Penney catalog got it.
You would be like,
That might be a bad thing though, because you'd be
Yeah.
like out and about and you see
Like
a billboard.
JCPenney's, oh!
Yeah, I can't go to
Can't
I
go
can't go to
shopping.
department stores because the mannequins are.
yeah, you'd be like Dahmer with a mannequin in
Well,
your
that's
bed.
sexy.
See the way her no head's looking at me.
There's somebody out there that is like, they know exactly what I'm going through.
Speaking of which,
It's
talking about
okay.
mannequins, kind of a fun, not
was a
weird.
joke,
Let me start this off with not weird. I had to shop at DXL because I'm so tall. They're mannequin. It's funny. They're mannequins, and we noticed it. Was it Target, Rachel, with the bigger mannequins?
Yeah, I think it was Target.
Yeah. So So DXL has like, and it's funny. They're not fat. They're just. It's like big jack dudes. Like it's just take a muscular mannequin and just make them bigger. And I was like, that no one's shaped like that.
They don't make a mannequin with a gut.
No, yeah. If so, it's like, you know, a tiny little something, but its shoulders are like massive. But yeah, we went to Target the one day, and I guess I get it because this is probably their demographic. The women mannequin, they have voluptuous, we'll use quote unquote,
Big boobs.
Yeah.
no, their mannequins actually have a little bit of a gut to them and stuff.
Ah.
So like they did the proper thing to be like, okay, I'm a heavier set woman, that's what it would look like. But then you go to the dude section and it's all just like professional soccer athlete, you know, mannequin.
Well, yeah, because that's what every dude looks like.
Is that it?
Is professional soccer athletes.
So I just been shopping in the wrong section.
Yeah.
But now I remember going. This is the point where
Your shirt should be really tight on you.
your gut should hang out a little bit. Is what you're saying?
I mean, you're fine.
Okay, good.
It'd be funny if they just put like big ass clothes on a normal size mannequin. It's just baggy ass clothes.
That's just what it's gonna look like if you lost all that weight.
This is how small you should be. Look how big this shirt is on your fat ass.
Do you see how much material it takes? You're ruining the world.
That's why this polo is $78.
Look at all this material. You see this?
Well, that's the thing at DXL.
You make
Like,
fucking 6 shirts if you just knew how to.
they just know that they're like these fat fucks will pay for it. If a shirt fits them, they don't care what the price tag is.
Right.
Right. There is a justification though, because like the masses wear these sizes,
Oh yeah,
and they
for
got to
sure.
make these big ass shirts, and
But
you
the
know.
thing is it does suck because some
It's
of
discriminating. Okay.
well, hey,
yeah.
But not in my America.
not my America. But now some of them are like, because there are people that are shaped ridiculous, but like some of them are shirts that are like 7XL, but they're like this tall. You know what I mean? Like it's
like a prank shirt.
almost, yeah. Some of them.
Well, and they have some things that are sized as big and some that are sized as tall. So
Well-
a 2X tall versus a 2X big is way different.
It actually says 2X big.
B,
Yeah, so it's a B
2X
next to
B.
it. Yeah, and it's that's the ones I'm talking about. They're ridiculous.
Do they have like? So wait, when does it?
You guys want to go DXL? With
No,
me?
no. My question is, when does it go from XL to B?
No. So everything is still like 1X, but
B stands for F.
Right.
really.
The question I'm getting at is, right, so when you go to the store at Walmart, it goes up to like 2X, 3X, 4X.
so Walmart.
When do
haven't
we
seen-
transition over to B?
So
So then it's 1X,
so like
B,
a,
2X,
a
B.
shirt you could see in Walmart might be like a 2XL T.
Uh-huh.
So that's 2XL tall, but it'll be at DXL they'll have a 2XL B.
Uh-huh.
So tall is just a longer shirt.
Well, no, I get that.
B is just, I don't know.
It's
all I
really
know
only
is all
specialty stores that have the B. Like Walmart would never have a B.
you
I
would have never
understand
seen
that
a B.
too. I'm just curious at what point in the frame of like, small, medium, large, XL do we then transition to the XLB?
Well,
Do you
so
see
you-
what I'm saying?
Well, I know.
Is it
I
like
know the answer.
4X,
It's when you
5X?
go into the fat store. That's
so
when
once
it transitions.
you walk in, is,
Yes,
okay.
that's I think maybe DXL might be the only place that
But
does.
no, we don't have the dimensions on
There's
hand.
no It's
I'll
not
tell you that-
5X and then 1XB.
It's when you're
No, yeah. It would be anything 2X or more could have the B or T.
yeah probably, but I think the question you're asking is when you're longer sideways than you are tall ways is when you get the B.
I was gonna say it should be W. It should be wide, because that's really what you're looking for. Is
Yes.
I need a 2X, but I need it way wider because I'm not 5'8", I'm 5'2".
But but what I'm saying, they're ridiculous. Like, and I'm glad that they make them because I've seen dudes out there like Big Pun. I was
this is
telling
gonna
you.
fit perfect.
But like it's dudes who have guts that like they can't see their toes anymore. That's the only way that you're getting into a big.
Right. A big. I didn't know this existed.
Yeah, hey, but, if you don't know,
When I was a hefty dude, there was no DXL. It was the big and tall store,
yeah.
and it was really like limited in what you could buy.
Well, and then every especially T-shirts, they had like 3 shirts, and it would be like Big Dog or like large and in charge, and there was never any normal clothes. Like I can finally get some Adidas
it's funny
shirts.
because it was really geared to the urban community. It felt like
Yeah.
because they wore big clothes anyway.
Well, Fubu was one of the companies that really started doing big and tall stuff for a while.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a yearbook picture of me like
Rockin' food.
maybe that's why I'm so urban. But because baggy clothes were cool for a while. And then, so like you can get FUBU jackets that fit me when I was a little chunker.
Andy, do you know what FUBU stands for?
fat upper boob area.
That's not even close.
I have no
I think
idea.
you're thinking of a
Fupa?
FUPA.
I know. So no, I have no.
No,
idea.
my dad bought a pair of FUBU sneakers, and I had to tell him that stands for us by us.
So it's
It's for the black.
it's for
community.
black people.
I
yeah.
get it.
The dude, you ever watch Shark Tank?
Yes.
The black dude, I forget his name, but he's the one who that's why he's rich. He invented FUBU.
No shit.
Yeah. But my dad is not going to take the sneakers back. I'll just hold on to them.
Damon John.
Damon John, yeah.
He's not going to.
And I haven't seen him around here, and I think it was just an error, like a time error when malls were really big. Around Philadelphia, there were stores that had like weird names, like Central USA, like something urban, and you'd go in there and it was clothes that no other stores sold, and it was where like, you know, you get double XL talls, like triple talls, because dudes wanted shirts that went down to their ankles at that point.
Yeah. Some like the big white T-shirt.
That
That's crazy.
It looks so uncomfortable, and just you have to be really skinny not to look like a slob.
Yeah.
like when
You had to wear the beater under it too. It's
Of
the white
course.
beater with
like
the
when
white
50
tee.
Cent really got popular, that style of like he has to wear a belt because there's so much denim on those pants, and the shirt goes to his knees pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But he looked really cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, when you're black and you're dancing all
Well, if
cool
you got a
and them.
Rolex on, you can look cool in anything, really.
And just get shot a bunch. Apparently that'll.
That does make you cool still.
Shit, dude. I mean, imagine if I got shot 8 times and came back. I immediately could be famous, I think. That's what this show's missing.
Nah, there's a bunch of people in
Nose game.
There's a bunch of people in the hood right now that are like, definitely not true.
Yeah, no, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say there's a few people I've met in my life that have been shot multiple times that are
They're not
longer-
famous.
They're
Yeah,
not
you're
famous.
right.
They're just
They're
incarcerated.
not cool either.
But do
yeah.
they have a cool podcast?
No, they don't.
If I just came in here like a body cast,
They
I was
got a
like,
cool
I got a
pod."
good story to tell you guys. I was downtown and
They don't cast you for a bullet wound. I know because I watch TV. They don't put you in a cast for a gunshot.
I've watched enough House that I know and Scrubs to know that they don't put you in a cast for a bullet wound.
Oh man. But yeah, that's something that really.
But that's not true because if you get shot and you break a bone, they will put you in a cast then.
That is true. I'm an idiot.
That's
You're so stupid.
I don't know.
That's a
God.
caveat, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, get shot in your finger and see what happens. Oh wait, never mind. That'll just
Cast my finger.
you just lose your finger.
Just lose your
probably.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, I just watched this
It's
video
a bad analogy.
of it's this guy, he's on vacation and his wife is filming this thinking it's cool, and the 2 kids are standing there. They're on a dock on the ocean, and this small shark comes swimming by, and he goes, check this out. And he goes to grab the thing, and the shark turns around and immediately rips his pinky off.
Really?
And he just goes, son of a bitch. Like, it's so,
He was probably in shock.
yeah, it's so weird to go like he's on family vacation. All of a sudden he's like, I just
My
lost a
pinky's
digit
gone
trying
now.
to like be cool in
cool.
front of my
You
family.
were telling me about that dude who shot himself with a shotgun.
Dude, he's a sheriff. It's like, I
It's
want
a
to
real video.
yeah,
right?
it's
It's like
crazy.
security footage.
So it's like he looks like the sheriff of the town. He's in the cop station, like that's the camera you're seeing it from, and he's leaning, which he almost
Stupid.
deserve this. He's leaning on the shotgun barrel up like this, and it just goes off. And bro, his one arm completely goes off.
Do they know why it went off? Like
No, the video, I couldn't watch it much. I didn't even want to look into it. But like his one arm goes flying off, and then his like left arm is like cut like this.
Oh,
like,
so he was leaning like on with both arms on.
yeah, like like you would on a counter kind of.
Right.
And dude, everyone backs up because everyone's in shock, and the guy just like doesn't scream or anything, and all he can do is he just keeps looking at the arm that's still like kind of attached, and then the video cuts. But bro, it's one of those videos that like for an hour I was like I feel my stomach felt weird.
yeah, my arm hurts.
What a like this dude is probably close to retirement. Like he's an old white dude, gray hair.
Yeah, but who does that?
Well, that's my like
An
no
old-
one deserves that.
But like gun safety.
Yeah, they don't say because it's not like someone's walking around or anything. The gun did just fucking go off.
I'm
That's
curious
scary.
if it got snagged on something. Like
No, he's sitting still, dude. It's like if me and Steven were talking and I'm just putting some weight on this gun.
It could have just been the wrong kind of pressure on the butt. 'Cause
Right.
He's leaning on it, and it fucking.
But yeah, it's weird why it goes off. But the fucking and you know what it was? It was on Instagram too. So. On Instagram, you scroll and it's like this, are you sure you want to see this? And I'm like, yeah, what's the worst can happen?
Fuck it.
And it's just like, seriously like a 10-second video. And by second 3, the dude's arm gets blown off. And you're like, oh, it's changed my day.
Yeah. Well, gun safety is important then because guns can just go off. Well, because you always hear that murder defense, like, the gun just went off. Well, apparently that can really happen.
Yeah, because it is like...
Our dad shot someone's leg off with a shotgun when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did your dad have a shotgun as a kid?
No, they were
white people, man.
They were teenagers.
So wait, what happened?
I think they were hunting.
Yeah, we're hunting.
They
Or
don't really-
fake hunt, just fucking around with a gun.
He owed your dad some money, and like,
Nah, because
they just didn't tell you the full story.
I think my dad would rather almost that be the story,
Right.
because it's something that
He don't talk about.
no one talks about, really. And
So we're just gonna blast it out there for everybody in the world to
Yeah,
hear.
he's old now.
He doesn't know what this
I mean,
is.
you know, that was back in the day, so
And it's on topic.
yeah. And I mean, the guy didn't die, but it's something that like that few times has been brought up. You can tell, like,
So what? Yeah, what do you know?
He maimed a guy. Basically shot his leg off with a shotgun in the woods. They were fucking around. I don't know how old they were, but he was definitely like not an adult.
yeah. And this was back, you know, my dad's 70 years old now, so if he's young teens, this was back when you could just have a gun hanging out in the woods.
Yeah.
It's like fuck it. I got.
But
this
it wasn't
shotgun.
like criminal activity. They were just like two kids in the woods like fucking around. And the gun just went off and blew the kid's leg off from the knee down.
He survived, but
So were you the type of household that like your parents didn't let you have BB guns and stuff?
No.
Our parents didn't really regulate a whole lot.
my dad isn't allowed to have a weapon. We'll put it that way. But has always, you know, tried to get my mom, and because we live close enough to Philadelphia, and like the city's been expanding. I've tried to get them to get a firearm in the house, and
He
but
can't. He's a felon.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but your mom still could.
So that was the caveat we tried doing, but it just never came to
My
fruition.
mom's such a nervous wreck, dude. A gun
Yeah.
would just was.
And my mom has been on record, you know, when we were younger and stuff, their fights would have gotten heated, and
She might have shot his ass.
my mom could have definitely been like, "I'm gonna teach you a lesson. How
You know what? Fuck you. How's this lesson?
Not kill, but I think she go, I'm gonna take some toes off, motherfucker."
Yeah. Plus, our dad, we did have like a 22 around the house, like a 22 rifle, and he killed at least 2 of our pets. He killed our rooster.
Yes, when we were very, very young, and a cat that pissed him off.
Why?
Because he's a fucking asshole.
And this was back.
Love
when
you, Dad, but
Yeah, this was back, and he would say this too. We lived in a house that was like by itself,
Uh-huh.
so it wasn't like we were in a neighborhood and he went out and was like, "Fuck this cat,"
Why'd he kill the rooster?
because of
it was
noise.
crowing in the morning.
And
Your dad
It was
should not
doing
own a
its
gun.
job.
The state of Pennsylvania has done an excellent service by not letting your
well, it's
father
funny
own
too.
a
That
firearm.
22, when I don't know where it is, and that's how I learned to shoot. Like, you know, we had a cabin house, so we go up and shoot cans. I don't know where it is, but there's a very possibility that gun is registered to someone we don't know.
Yeah.
Not in like a criminal way, just like, you know, we looked at the 22 as a BB gun.
I remember
It is.
when he shot the rooster, and it was just the rooster caught him on a day where he was sleeping it off,
Yeah.
and he just went outside to crack of dawn and shot that motherfucker.
It was like, fuck you.
I will.
You ever wake up with a real bad hangover after not sleeping for 3 days? That's probably what was going on. And he was just
You
like,
know,
fuck.
To give him a little,
They are.
toss him a coin, he is also the type of dude who, like, when our dog had this crazy illness, we were up in the cabin, he went to a bunch of vets, we loved this dog,
Yeah,
and found a cow farmer that fixed the dog. So it's not like he's cold-blooded.
Oh, the cow farmer shot it for you and say,
No, actually, that's what he did is fucking... Because, you know, dog skin's loose. It's not attached to it. He just took this thing and injected him with a bunch of water and blew the dog up like a fucking balloon and then drained him. Like, our dog was shitting and throwing up blood. And my dad was like, you should say bye to Spunky. And he's like, I got one more place I can go. And went to this cow farm. He's like, yeah, I'll take care of this, and fixed him.
I don't remember that. Spunky
Yeah.
was cool.
Spunky was cool.
But yeah, it wasn't like we were all in love with the rooster, quite
I
frankly.
can't imagine. You know, the cat thing, though, that would...
Well, also...
The
like,
cat, it was like kind of a stray
stray
cat. It adopted us.
Yeah, we lived in we lived in an area, like, we owned this land that's right next to a creek, and sometimes, like, my dad found a dead stripper there.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of life is your dad living?
So the stripper just basically like a couple miles down that road in Humeville.
She just OD'd.
There was
in
a
the
stripper.
car.
Yeah, she just OD'd in the strip
threw-
club. My dad went out. I was like, "Why this fucking?" He was about to probably chase off some people like, "Don't dump your trash here."
Yeah.
I
Quit
was like,
throwing dead hookers in my property.
No,
Get
it
out
was,
of here.
we used to find a lot of hypodermic needles.
Yeah.
Like in like the. We didn't have neighbors.
We had a junkyard next to us
Yeah.
that were all junkies.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's how you learn.
Eugene was telling us the story the other episode where he threw his poopy underwear over into the junkyard.
Did you?
And,
Yeah.
and they fucking brought it back, and we're like,
I had
they
a white.
probably had cameras. Like that was the only
No, they
non-white
don't have
trash
these.
part
They did
about
not have
them.
cameras. It's just, I mean, like they had like
It was
kind
a
of.
child's underwear, and they were probably just like, "Whoa."
We're the only house near them,
yeah.
and you can't throw underwear
Did you
far.
do it because you didn't want your parents to know that
Yes,
you
I was a
shit your
nervous.
He didn't wipe good when he was young.
Yeah,
And he didn't want. He had gotten in trouble.
for not wiping?
Yeah, and was just a rough day, and he didn't want to hear it.
So you know, you can imagine it's probably like bright orange colored underwear, little kid whitey tighties or something.
You're probably running around like something feels a little wet. Shit, I didn't wipe again.
Well, that's still
How do I
it is.
get rid of this?
No, I'm an over wiper now. Is the
Well,
problem?
there's a junkyard. Right
Have you ever had a
next door.
hemorrhoid?
No, not thankfully. No, I have
No.
not. I may have had one, and it was real like.
You know, I got.
There have been times where I've been like, "Whew, that's a little sensitive down there," you know.
Although I gotta say, we won't say his name, but the buddy who on what the fuck Discord, who's always bitching about his hemorrhoids, he's way overdoing it.
Well, I think it's because he also will sit. He's doing something wrong on the toilet, and I tried telling him that he's pushing
But
the wrong
listen,
way on the
I
toilet.
do too. They're not that bad. I think he
Oh
might,
yeah,
He probably just thinks it's funny.
maybe.
but he
No,
does.
he's very it causes him a lot of pain, and not
You
anymore.
also have a
Apparently
really
it's
high
gone.
pain tolerance, so other people might
I do have a high pain tolerance. I almost died because I of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I thought it was a hemorrhoid. Turned out I almost died. But yeah, the way he talks about it, I go, bro, I'm sitting on a hemorrhoid right now, and it's just like,
Maybe you're just used to it.
He has a callous beehole.
I bet you if I had a hemorrhoid right now, I'd be like, I can't. We're standing the whole episode.
no, it will. Like, because I also have no ass cheek.
I have no cushion. That's what I'm talking
Me
about. It's
too, but
nothing.
Your
but,
ass cheeks have nothing to do with hemorrhoids.
No,
No,
I know,
yes, it
but
does.
there's cushion at least. So I'm sitting straight on my asshole right now.
And
okay?
you
Like,
are
it's
too. We both
cheeks
have no
and
butt.
asshole.
So if you
I have a
a
pretty nice ass.
if you have, no,
There's
you
no
don't,
cushion there.
I have a decent ass.
dude. You've worn a belt your whole life because you have to.
Well, it's because it's.
We don't. But regardless, what he's
It
saying
has
is,
nothing to do with the ass. It's your hips.
if you have a hemorrhoid, when you, like, if you do sit prolonged times, it will hurt because all the pressure, so it starts to swell up more. But the way he talks about them, the worst part about a hemorrhoid is once it kind of pops,
It itches.
it itches.
Yeah.
And the only time you can.
And he hasn't said anything about his hemorrhoid in a while, so I'm sure it popped. Because
Yeah.
he hasn't told us he's been
You don't
itching
know.
his
Maybe,
ass.
maybe his
No, he
shit's
said
just
last
really
night.
infected.
He said last night he was talking about.
Was he?
Or maybe
wasn't.
someone mentioned.
Is this
Oh,
your
was it?
brother?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just curious.
He's a funny guy. I like him.
I was telling him I think he is pooping wrong too, because like I don't know how if this is getting too personal, but I use my stomach to push my shit out.
I
Like,
use whatever everybody
I don't
else
sit there and
uses.
grunt. Like no, but there's
No, I
people
know
that
what
go,
you mean. Like,
and it's like they're using their breath like to try and
You gotta let it happen.
you know what I mean? You gotta let it happen. It's like a natural like. And this motherfucker was telling me stories. Not you. The dude we're talking about was telling me stories about how he sits on. It's like forcing his
Yeah,
shit
you
out.
shouldn't be pushing.
And I'm
that
like,
much.
dude, you're straining, and that's probably why you have a hemorrhoid.
This is
right
what you
now.
deserve, bro.
Like you're sitting there like in the movies. Like no,
well, because
like your
also
cosplay takes some freaking.
there is like because too hard
What's
of a
it called?
turd, you have to push.
Yeah, there you get those.
But
you
I-
ate a
well,
lot
I
of
don't-
fiber that week.
I don't get
Get
this.
a real fucking hard.
I
one.
Mine-
take a stool softener like twice a week.
Do you? So you're fine. You're
Yeah, you
probably
take
good.
kratom.
True.
So like, but for me, I get hemorrhoids because I poop 3-4 times a day.
It's
Because
crazy.
I kind of like I don't ever do full poops. It's kind of like when I feel it, I get a pressure, and I'm like, but I don't have to push it all. I just go and sit
I poop
down.
once a day, and it's for like 20 minutes.
And then-
usually right when I get up.
Tune
I-
in next week for This Is Poop.
I also wipe too much. That's
do you
a
poop
thing.
Yeah.
I
Wipe too
I
much?
like wipe until
Do you ever sit and know that you don't have to wipe?
No, but there has been times where I have shit and I've wiped and nothing has been there. And I'm just like, I know I shit. Like, I took a shit and there's nothing to wipe.
There are times where I can tell by the consistency and the thing that I don't need to wipe, and
Like
I
you're
don't wipe.
so confident
Yeah.
that you just get up and go.
Too confident.
But
It doesn't have negative. I don't itch. I don't have itchy ass.
I have another question for you. Have you ever taken a poop and it has disappeared on you?
Oh, it goes poop.
I've taken a poop that was so solid that it made it through the like it started going through the pipe, and when I clipped it off, it just went through the
That's
pipe.
a heavy lie.
And it just disappeared.
I've heard of
It's just
those.
gone.
I've never seen
We've
them.
actually had
Once,
the
just
opposite
once.
problem here.
Oh, they
Steven
don't
has
disappear?
Steven has pooped in our basement
just
and
doesn't
it
go
comes
it's
back
too
up.
buoyant. It won't go away.
They make a poop knife that we've said, because him and my dad, my brother is
poop
very
knife?
physically like my dad. I'm very physically like my mom. Me and my mom are nervous poopers. We pooped often. Him and my dad. Well, there's been times where my dad will come to me and says, "The handle of the plunger is wet. Did you use it to cut your turd in half?" I was like, "I've never once had that problem." He goes, "Don't lie to me. I know what it's like. I've been there." And I was like, "Well, so what? You've used the plunger handle to cut a turd in half?"
Yeah,
Because they make such solid turds.
I never did that.
At least use the bottom that
Yeah,
nobody
I
has
use the
to
bottom
touch.
if I have to
Dude,
cut it.
one time he was like, "I know you did that." And I was like, "Dude, I'll
What are
show
you
you all of
talking
my poops."
He is a fucking bathroom detective as well. Like, if you clog the toilet in his house or where he's staying, he has to go out of his way and make sure to tell you, like, make sure you don't clog. Like, he needs to call you out.
And I swear, he's the toilet clogger.
Yeah, man. He's a fucking hypocrite jerk. Like,
Because he
dude,
uses a lot of toilet paper.
How much toilet paper are you guys using in your toilet?
I use very little.
I do. I use like 2-3 squares, and then I usually fold it. And
I don't
wipe.
even always use any.
You you
No,
wipe,
no.
fold
What
over,
I'm
and
saying
use
is,
again?
Yes,
no,
that's we talked about this.
Sometimes, yes, but like if I'm using 3 squares, I'll fold it in half, wipe, and then if it's not very messy, then yes,
Yeah,
maybe
you
I will
fold it
a
over
second
again.
time and wipe. But no, I'm just folding the 2 squares in half to give a little bit more.
So on that second
Ply.
fold, if you fold it over, you can only fit 2 fingers on there.
Yeah, and then you just press it right
My
against your ass
asshole's
and-
not wider than my 2 fingers.
right.
But it's a crevice.
And typically I'm doing that towards the end of a
Yeah, you're not wiping
wipe.
your whole ass with it.
No, that's like there might be something still left down there kind of wipe. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure if I
It's
got
like
it all
it's
on
like the
that last
final
one.
check wipe.
Okay, final check wipe.
If you're checking.
Yeah.
I'll give if that's what I was gonna say, dude. The non-wiping, that is unmitigated risk or not. Why do that? You can't give it.
Because I know my body well, and I know I don't have to wipe.
I've never not wiped, but I've
Says the
definitely
guy
had
who once a
times
week
where
goes,
I've
"I got a
wiped
really
and been
itchy
like,
asshole."
Me?
Huh.
The fuck are you talking about?
You say I got an itchy bee.
I catch him scratching his butt on the wall all the time.
That was for show. That was fun. That was funny.
But no, at least you're not. I worked with this dude who was a buncher.
That's so weird to me. That
And
is
I
so
go, dude,
weird.
that-
That's how you clog a toilet.
I don't even care about the over and under thing. Like however you put your toilet paper on, whatever.
You go
but if
behind. You go behind.
I don't even know. Like
No,
I
he's
just
talking
know.
about the
when
roll.
you wipe, do you?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like the people that
The roll, the like
Bunch?
when you
like
put it on
the
thing.
bunch. Yes, the people that bunch are fucking.
That's asking to get poop on your
It's
fingers
just weird.
and use a lot
Yeah.
more toilet
You're
paper.
not being
Tons of-
thorough. Like have you ever like when you're cleaning a window and you spray it with Windex and you grab a paper towel, you're not bunching up the paper towel and like fucking, you know what I mean? You're pulling it all nice and neat and getting full
It's
surface.
simple
on there.
efficiency.
Yeah,
is what
like
we're
why the
talking
fuck
about
would you
here.
bunch it up?
You wipe.
None of us bunch, so it's not even a. It's a
You wipe
moot-
from the front, don't? No. Did you used to?
Maybe, probably. Before my nuts dropped, I might have.
Because that just seems so hard. That seems like you're
That
asking
seems-
for a
that
mess.
seems like a task. That seems task.
It's the same effort. It's just not as.
No, you have to have a long arm.
I got long arms.
I don't know. That's a hard.
Anywho,
If you're a front wiper, I need an explanation.
I think we're at time here. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's enough poop talk. People have probably tuned out and been, or you've been like, this is very educational.
Or you're just like, wow, everybody does this at least once in their podcasting careers, and we're just
very
gonna do it too,
relatable.
so.
We've had a lot of poop talk because I have a lot of poop problems.
Poop stories.
Poop stories, yeah, not necessarily problems, but
Wait a second, real quick before we do end, because you said it, I said it. How many times a day do you poop then?
Not even every day.
Really? You're like my mom. My mom can go like 2 days without pooping. It blows my fucking mind.
Yeah. And when I do, it's a nice, really good poop.
Which
I
am
have nice,
jealous.
really good poops every day. Like I get off the toilet every morning, and I'm just like, yeah, I did that.
I haven't always been that way.
Do you make sure, like, say not even work, like if you gotta go, you're gonna go grocery shopping. You know, it's like a Saturday or something. You gotta go grocery shopping. Will you make sure you try and poop before you leave?
No matter what, if I wake up, I'm taking a shit.
Okay.
When I wake up in the morning, within 10 minutes, I have to poop.
What if you don't feel like you have to poop?
It's never been. I've never had.
That's
that.
not the case.
That's never happened.
That's good, as long as it's on
And
schedule.
if it feels like if I wake up and I don't have to poop, it's within an hour.
Put a chew in, and you're like,
yeah. Even sometimes I'll put a chew in, and it's just like, okay.
Will you wait to feel it, or will you
There's times where it
sit
wakes
and
me
try?
up. No. There's times where it wakes me up.
That's why you don't have hemorrhoids.
I get up. There's times where like my alarm won't be going off for another hour, and I'm just like I'll wake up and be like, I gotta poop.
That's what you want. Is
Yeah,
a
that's-
reliable schedule for your bowel movements.
when I went to school, I always had. I was, a lot better shape.
Well, you
then.
have a good schedule. It's just 5 or 6 times a day.
Yeah. Well, not 5. At most.
You said
4.
5 earlier.
3 to 4 is usual.
Okay.
If it's 5, it's because like I'm not.
See, that baffles me too. How
That's
can
a
you
lot of
poop that many
pooping.
times?
Because it's not great.
We could talk about this for 3 hours. man.
yeah. It's
Well, anyways.
It's shocking. how
it's
much-
not
I
healthy.
just want to know
I
how
know
many
that.
times you do it.
But sometimes it is just I feel a little pressured. I'm like, just go sit down. Because also I have a phone, so it's like it's the
He
worst
also
gonna
like
happen.
he is like if he's leaving the house at all, or even if we're about to get into something like before we podcast,
Yeah, yeah.
every
shit.
time he has to go upstairs and
Yeah.
poop.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Like, hey, we're going to bowling. Well, let me poop real quick.
Hey, that's for everyone's convenience, and also, especially if you're going to a bowling alley.
Especially if you're going camping, right? You
Yeah.
should always
Oh,
poop.
dude, can't let go of this camping story. But
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up. Once again, a lot of fun. Time flew by. This has been UBI because you will be alright. Give us a UBI.
You be alright.
All right, you be alright.
Okay, go ahead.
You be alright.
You be alright.
And we do
aight.
live by that. Sometimes you poop too much. Sometimes you don't poop enough, but you be all right. I am Gene Labordi. That's my brother, Stephen Labordi. My beautiful wife and producer of everything that we make happen, Rachel Labordi. And our special guest, which we'll get you back on here, Lil Andy.
Lil Andy.
It was nice. Different setup than last time.
It's a nicer setup than last time.
Nice. Yeah, a little bit. But
There's a green screen. We didn't
the
have a
green screen. It's all
last time.
fancy. We'll get you back on. Had a lot of fun. Bye.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, wait.